are elected officials. Patricia Friedman was the president of the Community League of Garden City South from 1973 until just prior to her passing. In 2016, Pat came to me and asked me if I would help her revitalize the state. She was the only one left on the board, so I jumped in with her, both feet again, and we started redoing all our documentation to bring everything up to today's standards with the state. We had a lot of help from Assemblyman Ra. He was able to get our original incorporation from New York State, which was almost impossible to hunt down. The league was established in 1929. The last paperwork that was done was in 1941. So we had quite a bit to do. We have now been amended and updated and approved by New York State. Recently, Pat passed away, and we're very sad that she didn't get to see this date. She was an intricate part of this park being here today. Originally, this parcel of land was scoped to be a shopping center, and Pat wanted a place for the children on this side of Franklin Square District to be able to spend time with their family and to play. So she went hands-on, full fight. Everybody that knows Pat knew that when she dug her heels in and she fought, it got done. And it did. Many afternoons I did sit in the park with her. We've had lunch, and she would just love the trees, the shadow under the trees. We sat at the old chess tables. If you walk around and you look at the concrete tables over there, they all have chess marks on it. So you can play chess. You can get it from the inside. They loan it out to you. We have a mission to bring this park back to its original glory, with all the gardens filled, and we want to do that all in Pat's name. The family of Patricia Friedman was kind enough to return to us the original banner. This was from the ones that marched down all the parades from 1962, and it's almost in mint condition. Our plan as a league is to get all the rest of the archived documents that Pat held on to for so many years and to donate it to our historical society. So it'll be forever in the hands of people that can go in and look at it, and it won't have to jump from person to person. When I started with Pat, she appointed a board, and our board members were people that she's known over the years. We have Andrew Monteleone, who is my vice president. Pat and I were co-presidents for just about a year before her passing. We have Mary Ann, who is one of our board members. Ellen Andrusak is our treasurer. Teresa is also a board member, and Mike Kelly is our parliamentarian. So we're a small league right now. Coming October, we plan on going gangbusters and starting our community events again. We've already done quite a bit this last year, and going forward, we plan on doing much. Our goal is to have at least one function with the Community League every month. Okay, it's our goal. It's going to take a while to happen, but we'll make it happen. And the second part of the goal is, as Pat did, to give back to the community. A lot of free events, a lot of things that we are going to welcome our community into. And with the funding that we get, the generous donations that are already coming into us to do this, it's just wonderful. This community as a whole comes together for their civic associations. And, you know, since 1941, just short history, in 29 this was the Community League of Nassau Boulevard only. It was just a group of 5 people that got together and wanted to preserve Nassau Boulevard. In 1941, it became the Community League of Garden City South. And they ventured out and became the Civic Association, the first civic association in Nassau County to cover all of School District 17. And that's our goal, to keep all of School District 17, that small hometown feel that we all know and love. So that being said, I thank you all for being here. And please, any of the elected officials, I know many of you have stories about Mrs. Friedman. Please feel free. Oh, and again, without the help from Councilman Muscarello's office, none of this would be able to take place. Again, I cannot say enough good things about our town officials. and their staffs. Their staffs, Gloriana, Dominic, Debbie, I can have them on speed dial. And they say, anything that's going to make improvement in this community, please let us know. We'll bring it to the councilman and we'll get it done. And they have, right down to planting hostas where there was dead flowers. I'm sure that Councilman Muscarello is going to get sick of hearing my name over the next few years. I know Assemblyman Ra is. But again, we plan on doing great things straight across School District 17, and none of it is possible without our elected officials. So, Councilman.
I'd just like to say this about Patricia Friedman. In a lot of communities, there are people that come and help out. She was somebody who really, she cared. And the fact that the park stays here, and that the person who's replacing her with Andrew and Raj is a very good step. My office, they will give us the leadership. We serve you and we serve them. And I see that in 10 years we're going to have the 100th anniversary. So we should be gearing up for something that's very special in the future that hopefully all of us will be here. Thank you.
So just to kind of encapsulate the uniqueness of Pat Friedman, who I first met when I was working in the town attorney's office. I know my father had the opportunity to work with her on community issues for many, many years, both as the town attorney and when he was our town councilman. But just in terms of her uniqueness, there are 2 elected officials here that she ran against at some point. I being one of them, as well as Legislator Muscarella. So she certainly wasn't afraid to put her time and effort where her mouth was. So we will always remember her fondly. This is a great park. As I said at the previous ceremony, this is my home in this community, so it's great to have this park here. I played in this park when I was a kid, and it's important that for generations, people are able to, that are coming and going here, look up and know that there's somebody who fought hard to make sure this was here for future generations. So, in memory of Pat, I'm proud to be here, and congratulations to the Community League. Keep up the good work, and Marge especially, I know you really looked after Pat the last few years, so I know she's going to be with you every step of the way as you continue to lead the community. God bless you.
Thank you.
So, let me say this. As Assemblyman Ross said, Pat Friedman ran against us. She actually ran against me twice in primary. I won one, and she won one. And over the years, we remained friends. When you think about Pat Friedman, I mean, the words that come to mind for me are citizen, organizer, activist, character. And I say character, let's admit it. She was a character. I don't say that in a negative way, I say it in all the positive ways. She was someone who stood out in the community, who worked for a community who people took notice of. And that's what made her a character. Over the years, we disagreed on a lot of issues. We agreed on a great many more issues. She was never afraid to come to me, to talk about issues, to take on my positions when she thought it was the right thing to do. And I will say this, so many times we as elected officials, we meet people in the community and we have concerns, and perhaps the elected official can't do all that the community needs or wants. Perhaps the elected official disagrees with what that community organizer wants. But with Pat, I will say this. When we disagreed, it was always civil, it was always as friends, and it was always because Pat really had the best interest of the community at heart. And Pat, I will just say this in passing, to her credit, whenever an elected official was able to do something, was able to get together with her and accomplish something, she she was never one who took the credit for herself. She was always one who spread it around and always one who acknowledged the elected official and gave credit not only to herself, but to her residents, to her community league, the elected officials. And so I will always remember Pat fondly and say that we will miss Pat, and it will be a big loss to not only the community, but to the entire county. So, Pat, I'm sure you're looking down. I know where you are, and it's been good knowing you. Thank you.
Well, now I feel like I've lost that badge of honor. Pat never ran against me. But as my 13 years as supervisor, 1 year as town clerk, we had the opportunity, like everybody heard before, to work with Pat, and she was ferocious. She was the picture of integrity, and she was the picture of love for her community. And at the end of the day, no matter whether we were absolutely joined at the hip on a particular issue or a particular project, or we were kind of different, having different perspectives, the bottom line is you knew that she did it with not a cynical bone in her body, with not one cynical thought about, hey, this will advance me in the community of Garden City South, or this will make me more popular. You knew, whether you agreed with her or not, that she was doing it from the bottom of her heart with the greatest of intent, and that was for her fellow neighbors. So I got to tell you, I can't think of a better way to remember a person and better characteristics to think about, because there are very few people who are that sort of pure of heart. And Pat was. She was a great, great lady. I know she'll be marching beside you in the Ragamuffin Parade when it gets revitalized, and then come back in October, and whatever we can do to help revitalize that group, to assist that group. Tommy Muscarella obviously is doing a great job already in the town to help you, but whatever we can do, because we know that you're carrying on the legacy and you'll advance it even more. So God bless Pat. I know she's in a good place. All right.
So it's an honor to be here. Like the other elected officials have said, a lot of what makes your community great, it's people like you. It's people who are in the community who bring issues to the elected officials to act upon. So it sounds like she was an icon to the community, and that's wonderful. That's a wonderful thing. And it says a lot that she actually ran against two politicians, and they even have nice things to say about her. So that's
her of them.
And her of them. So that's everyone. That's the way it should work. Government should work for the people, and we should all be able to come together. So, and this is a beautiful park, by the way. My children, I live in Garden City, but we walk down here, and we've gone into, they play in this park, and they like it. So anything that we can do, I'm a clerk now, anything that I can do for my office to help you to make it better, it's my honor. So thank you for including me today, and it's an honor to be here with all of you. And thank you to all of you, all you